Okay, so today I'm going to walk you through how I originally generate the skull for my bike cam from say what 3, 4 years ago. I think it's 4 years now. And then I'll show you how I'm going to generate the new skull. So 4 years ago, what I did was you go to Thingiverse, and what you do is you typed in skull, right? And you'll find models that people made. So I tried this one, Hell Skull. It's too big. Um, all these other skull, and then Ani skull was the one that I use. It's quite good actually, but um, it's becoming dated, doesn't look all that cool anymore. So today I'm going to show you how you can do it with Gemini AI, and in a way that is so fast. It would be done in like, you can get the file for 3D printing in about 30 minutes. So let me start with the prompt. Okay, here's the prompt, and I'm going to hit submit, and you'll see the AI for generating image takes quite a long time to generate. So this is the image that we have here. Okay, so I have that original image generated. So now I need to modify it. Elongated, elongated skull, and in its place, use a human-sized skull. Remove all background. Make the skull visible with some remains of pink tissue. Present image in a perspective view. This thing actually looked pretty cool, except for this human skull back here. So I'm gonna ask it to remove that. Okay, this is actually pretty good. So okay, so now that I have this image, let me see what this looks like full size. Looks pretty good. So I'm gonna download this. Okay, download. So I go to Meshy AI. Meshy AI, Meshy.ai is a paid program. It's something like $10 or $20 a month, and you can cancel the subscription. I do it month to month, and I'll have it for the 3 months before the cross country season, and I'll use it during those 3 months. Once the season starts, I'll stop because I don't need it anymore. So I'm gonna import this image, and make sure you're into the image to 3D. Okay, and go down here and click generate. So this is what it generated. It's actually pretty good. If you can look at this, it even come up with what the rear end would look like. The back end, look, all these hoses and stuff. Pretty cool. Look at this. Look at the detail on this. Okay, so what you do is you download this, and I usually make I'll resize the height into a millimeter, into as high as only 250 millimeter, because that's the size of my 3D printed the volume. The volume is 250 millimeter by 250 millimeter. So that's when I'm gonna resize it, and I download it in STL. STL is the most compatible with all the other ones. You can use OBG also, or 3MF. 3MF is very detailed, so I'd rather have STL so that I can work with Tinkercad. So now I will download into. Okay, and now it's downloaded. Okay, so now I have the file here. So next thing I will go is go to Tinkercad. Autodesk Tinkercad, you can create your own design, and then create a 3D design. And you'll import, let me see, we'll import this file, maybe just too much, 82.5. Oh, it's too big. So what I have to do is I have to open Bamboo Studio. So I'm gonna remove this. Bamboo Studio is a slicer for the Bambu Labs 3D printers. I use Bambu Lab P1P. Okay, so I'm gonna import this in here, and since this is too big, I'm gonna resize it. So I'm gonna redo to about 65%. So now it'll fit within the printing plate, and I'll show you this just for the purposes of this tutorial. Okay, so now once I have this, I'm gonna simplify. Uh, okay, I'm gonna simplify the model. And right now the detail level is medium. I'm gonna go to, okay, so it's gonna simplify. Once it simplifies it, then apply, it'll simplify it. And so now you can export, go to export as one STL. You export it as um, predator human skull. Okay. And now it's exported as a simplified model. It's much smaller in file size. And I'm going to import this. So it's only 10.2 megabytes. Limits 25 on Tinkercad. So now I'm import this. You can also import the STL file into a AutoCAD software, but usually those AutoCAD software is very expensive. You know, they're on a license. The license could cost as much as $1,000 a month. I have SolidWorks from a license from work, but I don't want to use that because I would have to use a work computer, and importing all these personal stuff doesn't make sense. So I'd rather just use Tinkercad, easy to play with. You know, it's primitive, but it's good enough for what I need it to do. Okay, so now that I have the image in there, I can do a lot of things. You know, if I need to just delete these loose parts, I'll just add a hollow here, and bring it up so I can reduce the size of the. I'll bring that up so that I only need the back of this. Okay, and then so then you just combine the shapes, and it'll remove. Okay, so you see how it cuts off real cleanly, right? So now I can export this into my slicer. So export it, you go into slicer, it's Bamboo Studio, you import, and so now you get the image. And then you just slice the plate, and it goes through and does line by line layers. So as you can see here, so it's going through. This is the first layer it lays down, and then it keeps printing layer by layer until you get the full. So in order to do all this, you need to have good working knowledge of how to manipulate software. You got to be someone with tinkeritis like myself. You know, this need to tinker, and then you need to have a Bambu Lab printer. You can get these Bambu Lab printer for a really good price now. They currently, let me go to Bambu Lab. I bought this printer about 2 years ago, but now they have a bigger size model. So it's called the A2L. This is a really nice and big printer. It's the Bambu Lab is only 250 by 250 by 250. That's roughly 10 inches by 10 inches by 10 inches. This one is approximately what the size is, 330 by 320 by 325. That's yeah, that's roughly 13 inch by 12 by 12. So that's a lot bigger than the 10 by 10 by 10. Big enough. And the price is actually quite good. So if you go to this A2L, this is for the multi-filament. You can print up to 4 colors for $569. That's how much I paid for the original P1P. But if you get the basic, it's one filament. I already have this multi-mixer, this thing right here, so I don't need to get another one. I have for the earlier model this filament, multi-filament. So for about $500 you can get started with this printer. It's actually very quiet, very reliable. Anyway, that's a short tutorial on how you would make the skull.